Alright guys, I haven't had much time to play on Octagon for some reasons at home, but this is a game that I played about a week ago, so I figured I would just throw some commentary on it, get some information up on YouTube, and when I get a little bit more free time, I can post some new videos. So this was a game I played against a guy. He's going to be playing Stark. Fealty. And we ended up playing two games, so this is the first of the two games. Um, and you can see how it goes. Looking at this setup, there's not much going on here. I have the wall, which is nice, but two five costers, it's not a great hand, so I decided to mulligan. This one looks a lot more promising. There's three twos, two ones. I think I can make a lot of stuff with this hand, and I went with those. So that's 6, 7, 8. And I have Arya for turn 1 Noble Cause if I choose to, as well as Benjen, who's just an all-around amazing card. So it's just some insight into how I mulligan. Basically, is I love seeing the wall. If I can keep it, I always will. But there's too many high costers, not enough impact characters, so I decided to mulligan it out. But this looks like a great setup as well. I already have a bunch of card draw out. I have the Iron Throne and Sam out, so my reserve is already +2, so those Ravens aren't going to hurt as much. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty good start. He has, the Vanguard of the North, I believe it's called, a 4 strength military icon that doesn't kneel during war plots if a war plot is revealed, a Tumblestone Knight, and his King's Road. So, as I would expect out of a Stark Fealty deck, he starts with Sneak Attack. I was completely anticipating it, especially since I have no military icons on the board right now. I decided to start with Noble Cause, just because I had Arya, so that was my main reasoning for that, is, when you have Arya, first turn makes her 1 gold, that means you have 4 more gold to play whatever you need to play, so he's going first, so I also have Meager, so I can play Meager to take 1 more gold away from him, since he did choose to go first. And he's there, he noticed it, so I go up to 1 gold, he's down to 4 already. So if I do get Arya out, that's 1 gold. I can get the Waymar out, and then maybe have 2 more gold for, say, a Castle Black. I should be able to mitigate the damage. I might lose a Raven or something like that, but maybe 2 Ravens. I don't know. This was about a week ago, so I'm not exactly positive what he was playing, but you get the idea. Let's see what he plays out with this 4 gold. He's taking his time, he's reordering his hand. Okay, so he uses his King's Road and Fealty, so it's probably Rob or Ned. Turns out being, Grey Wind. Oh, see, I'm surprised myself even. So he brings out Grey Wind. So he's got plenty of military, plenty of military. So the key when you're playing a Night's Watch against a heavy military aggro deck, especially one that runs sneak attacks, and he has 1 gold for Winter is Coming. Oh, sorry about that. So he's got plenty of military. He's probably you assume he's running for the north because that's what aggro Stark decks do, and winter is coming. So he's probably going to play at least one of those, if not multiple. Peek at it, it's a Benjen. I'm kind of bummed that a Benjen went under Arya, but I have one in my hand, so it's not a huge deal. Now, the next choice I make is, can I win? And even with Benjen out, I don't think I can. Um, he's got plenty of military. Like I said, he probably has a For the North in his hand. So I just decided, you know what? If I remember correctly, I believe I just played out those two. Yeah, just so I had some claim soak and whatever didn't die, I can come back and get some unopposed, perhaps. It all depends. So let's see how it goes. He's asking about Arya, why she was reduced to his noble cause. So he was very friendly. So I was having a little bit of conversation with him. So I anticipate a full-on military. I believe that's what he did, if I remember correctly. So if I remember correctly, he was a kind of slow player. I assume he was thinking about, does he want to go all in? Does he have the math to do it? Seeing Castle Black. I'm sure that's playing into it, but uh, I think that he does ultimately go all in with all three military icons. Or maybe he doesn't. Let's see. Okay. Mill of 6. So that tells me that he's got For the North in his hand, because why would he defend with why would he do that if he knows I can block it? Because I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It means he's got to have it For the North. And yet, there it is. Now I think I cancel with Bran. Yeah. Because I figured he's only doing 6. He saw I had 7 in hand, so he probably did it hoping that I would just let it go through and let Bran let it go through for whatever reason. But it turns out he had 2. So he obviously had the right hand for this occasion. I compliment him on that, having 2 For the North in his starting hand. So he does win, and then he also had Winter is Coming. So he had 2 For the North, 3 military icons, and a Winter is Coming on a sneak attack turn. It's just it's a little absurd, but um, you know that blew through a lot of his hand. So 3 events, turn 1 on 1 challenge. It hurts, but I'm gonna get rid of my Ravens and the dupe on Arya. So that strength, yeah, that strength does go away after that challenge. I'm having some trouble with the with the shortcuts, but I do eventually remove all the gold and burn tokens from him. So he's back to 3. So I can't win a military because he has 4 strength there. So I'm just going to do an unopposed intrigue, just to ensure that I get a power. And I didn't kneel Castle Black, but it's understood that it's now. I think I did that a couple of times in this game, so I apologize in advance for that. So he pronounced it unopposed and randomly discarded Tumblestone Knights. That's pretty good. I think I'm still trying to decide. I'm not sure why he didn't eat Sam with Greywind. That's kind of interesting. I'm just now realizing that he could have done that. So I guess it was just a play mistake, but I do say that I'm done. I could have done a power challenge, but he didn't have any power to steal, and he could have just jump blocked it with Brand, so there's really no reason to. Um, so that was the end of turn one. I cut out with two power to his 0, and I maintained for the most part my board presence. Sacrificing Brand wasn't a big deal because I had one in hand, so um, I feeling pretty good at this point. Two power, obviously, it's not great start, at least not for this deck, in my opinion. I like getting 3 to 4 power on the first turn, but as you can see, I chose Feast or Crows, and that's mainly just because I have Iron Thrown out, and I have several characters in my hand that I can play. So I didn't really see an issue with getting dominance. So that alone is 3 power plus whatever I can get through challenges. Again, I think he's thinking about what he wants to do next. I think I know what he did next. Let's see. Yeah, Winds of Winter. So he's definitely going for the heavy claim. Really trying to clear out my board. So he has plenty of military to do it. He declares himself first again because he's an aggro player. Draw. I got my third Iron Throne, which really is not necessary, and it's kind of taking up my draw at this point, which is kind of a bummer, but there's not much you can do about it. I still have Benjen in my hand, who, if he does do a military challenge, I can claim Benjen if I need to and get that 2 power, so it's never a bad thing. Or I have Sansa and Bran again. Let's see what happens this round. Because he's just going to do a heavy military again. Because if he tries to go light on military... Okay, he didn't even play anything, so... now the question is, what do I do? Do I try and defend his military? Do I have enough? And if not, what do I do? I play the Veteran Builder, and I think I play Sansa as well. Veteran Builder, I just put him out because, again, he's Claim Soak. He also defends power challenges really well, so he doesn't have an intrigue icon still. Just checking the board to make sure that I know what I'm doing. Click it, dude. What am I doing? There we go. I don't know what the hell I was thinking about. Anyway, so, done. The reason I didn't play the third Iron Throne is just because this guy's probably not running Put to the Torch, and it's just going to be better to have it in my hand just in case he does find some intrigue at some point. I don't want it to be, I don't want to lose, say, a Benjen just so that I can have a third Iron Throne out. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add anything to me. So, he's declaring an all-out military. He was obviously, he's really dedicated to clear my board, and I didn't play any military icons, so he just wanted to really go hard on it. It's odd, again, that he didn't eat Sam with the Grey Wind. I would have done that definitely, just because Sam is an intrigue. Each turn I'm clearing his hand, I'm getting unopposed power with him. So maybe he's new to the deck. I'm not exactly sure what the problem was. When I remember when I was playing this game, I was noticing random little things that made me kind of curious if he was a new player. But then later in the game, he started making some serious math challenge things that you don't really see from new players very often. Leaving up the perfect amount of powers so that I would have to overcommit to get my power challenge, or leaving up, the perfect amount of, doing the perfect challenge to really get what I'm looking for, etc., etc. So, Um, uh, God, he's puts his sword probably on Sansa. So, okay, now, like I said, I played this a week ago, but now I understand why he didn't eat Sam. He was trying to get Sansa off the board, which is a good play. So, uh, that's a good call. Yeah, I claim Arya and the veteran builder. Again, not happy about it. Arya is obviously stealth, but I'm not really worried about stealth out of his deck. So, in that case, it was a good choice. And now, I can get a military off. I can get an intrigue off. That's 2 unopposed. Oh, okay, now he's doing a power challenge. So now I could do a power challenge unopposed as well. Uh, so I think I let this go unopposed. I really shouldn't have because he has claim 2. Um, which, it probably wasn't a good idea. But, I for a second I forgot that he had that 2 claim. I was just like, I'll get it back the next challenge. And I was like, oh, shoot, no, I won't. So, I get an unopposed there. I thought about doing military, but I really don't like it when my opponent has power. Not a fan. Um, I like to keep it as close to them having 0 as possible. So, there we go. I still have dominance, so I'm going to go up to 6 at the end of this round. And with that win from Samwell, I draw the wall, which is awesome. So, now I'm feeling pretty good. He's used 2 claim plots. He probably doesn't have a third. I mean, that would be pretty crazy if you commit almost half of your plot deck to 2 claim plots, but, he is a Stark player. I would not put it past him at all. Because it's kind of what Stark players do. So, let's see what I do here. I think I'm going for the gold. Yeah, I'm going for the gold. Just because, he has 4 characters out. That's 7 gold right there. I can get the wall out and then play something else that costs 3 gold. Or I have the Tears of Liz, so maybe I kill Greywind. I give myself some options. So, I was thinking about playing Filthy Accusations to kneel Greywind, just because I don't want him to eat Samwell. But once I get the wall out, Sam is going to be 2 strength, so I figured it wouldn't be that big a deal. I have more, so he can go first. So this is a rare occasion. I'm going first 3 straight turns with this deck. It doesn't happen very often, so I'm really enjoying it while it's lasting. I've gotten the 2 intrigue challenges off, and he played those 3 events turn 1, so he's been needing some card draw, especially since Stark doesn't have any card draw. That was me just double checking because I'm paranoid about OBS stopping. I had a game where I won against a Greyjoy Fealty 15-0, and I was recording it. And then I came back and checked OBS, and it had an error message, and it didn't record. And I was so annoyed because Greyjoy is such a huge, everyone thinks this deck is terrible against Greyjoy, and I had the opportunity to prove it wrong, and then I didn't because I didn't record it. So that was really irritating. But the past is the past, and I leave it there. Kind of. So, he's kind of flooding the board. He's got 6 characters out. He's trying to keep his, positioning on it. I get that. So I go up to 7 gold. Put out some claim soak, which is fine. And apparently, yeah. See, I decided not to do the wall because he doesn't have any intrigue. I can wait on the wall a turn just so I can get some bodies out so I can actually block, so I can do some challenges. Um, it's funny, watching this, I was like, I'm probably going to play the Reducer, Bran, and the wall, but I chose not to. I chose to play Benjen. So, you know what I'm thinking? I might be thinking I want Wildfire soon, because he is flooding the board a little bit, so if I'm Wildfiring, I want Benjen out there so I can grab that 2 power. That's probably what I was doing back then. So he's gonna eat. He can't. Oh, he can. But like I said, I didn't play the wall. I think I thought I was gonna play the wall, but I chose not to. So he dies. That's a pain, because Sam is really good. The card draw is amazing, and I messed that up. I think, in hindsight, I think I messed that up. I think if I were playing the game now, I would have played the wall, just so that he would not be able to eat Sam. And now I can't get an intrigue challenge off. It's like, it's irritating. So he goes with 6 for military. Now he played 2 for the Norths. So I would be surprised if he had another one. But I think I just defend it with both anyway, because I don't want to lose more people. It's just getting irritating losing guys every turn. So he attacks with 6. I just defend with, what's that, 7, 8, 9, because I'm sure I'll stand Benjen. So that's 9. Yep. So that's 9. And each time I use Castle Black, I guess I should let him choose first, if he has any actions, but okay. I think it was a friendly game, so I don't think it really mattered that much. He didn't have that many things that was going to affect my decision to stand my guy. So now he does a power challenge. Yeah, I let that go unopposed. Again, I don't have the wall out, so I don't really worry about that too much. Now, he's done. I think this was an interesting situation, because I think I do a military challenge with Benjen just to see if he'll kneel the Tumblestone Knight. I did not expect that he would, but I figured it was worth a shot. I probably should have just done a power just to keep his board down, but I think I decided to go with a military. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, should I do it? I don't know. This was still the time when I think I thought he was new, so I was just like, let's see if he makes a mistake, and I go for a military challenge. I think. No. Nope. I'm putting words in my mouth. I'm putting words in my past self's mouth. I decided to go the safe route and just go for the power challenge. Making myself look bad. Alright, so I oppose. Get me up to 6, get him back down to 2. So the heavy military presence for him, it's been painful. Just I have like you see down here, I have 6 dead characters, but it's not affecting my power gain too much. I mean, end of turn 3 with 6 power, it's not great, but it's better than what he's doing. So yeah, I'm done. Then I win dominance. I knew I won dominance. I don't need to ask when I have the iron thrown out. Let's see here. I forget. Yeah, I think I just kneel Greywind, because I don't want him to eat another character. Because I have the board set to defend for the wall, so now I just need to make sure he does not cause any more problems. Like, I don't want him to eat like if he does, like for example, if he got like he just did Noble Cause, he might have Rob come out. I just did not feel like dealing with with my intrigue icon being eaten, and then maybe he plays an intrigue icon. I don't know but I just didn't want to deal with him eating people again. It's just annoying. Grey One's just an annoying character, but he's really good. I think he's. I don't know if he's the best, but he's an amazing direwolf. Okay, so he plays Arya with his Noble Cause. Or wait, no, it says for 2 gold. That's weird. It should have been free with the reducer. Interesting. Maybe he plays something next? Oh, he milks vengeance. That's fine. Now I just can't wildfire next turn. I'd have to wait a turn to wildfire. I have to confiscate that and then wildfire. But that does mean that he doesn't get Rob out, which I am having trouble remembering this game because I thought he played Rob. And then Gates. So he didn't use Noble Causes. It's weird. Unless, did he play Bran that turn? He might have played Bran. That might have been what he did. I'm sorry if I missed that. I think it's funny. He basically treats Bran like a location. No, he had Bran out there. So he just forgot to play his Noble Cause. And then my choice is easy. Yeah, just drop the wall. And done. It's expensive, but it's so worth it. So as you can see, I can easily defend all challenges. He can't stealth through with Arya. Well, he can because he milked her, but I still have 2 icons, so he can't defend it entirely. He might be able to get that challenge through, but he's not gonna be able to defend it. And looks like I'm gonna get an unopposed intrigue challenge on the rebound, so that's gonna be nice. Just thinking, this deck really makes you think. The Night's Watch deck really makes your opponent think. Some people don't like thinking about it, so they just call it an MP deck. But I think it just creates a situation where you have to make decisions, and isn't that what this game's about? I think that's what this game's about. So you stealth Benjen, which you can because of the milk, and I'm just like, okay, then I'll defend it. I'll let you win. Not worried about it. I have a feeling I killed Bran. And again, just standing with Castle Black. Castle Black is so good. Does so much work for me. I chose not to. Interesting. Did I forget? I don't know. Sometimes oh, no. Oh, okay. Okay, I was going to use him as claim, so I chose him as claim. That's why I didn't stand him. I chose him as claim so that I could use his interrupt to discard a card at random. He targets the wall because he thinks that I have to kneel it for losing a challenge, but nope, it's just I have to oppose. So as long as I oppose, it doesn't matter, which is amazing. I have to remind him he's not doing it, so. Please discard a card so we can move on. There he goes. So he discarded Caitlyn. So probably one of the very, very few intrigue icons in his deck, and he gets it randomly discarded by killing Waymar. So that probably sucks. I imagine that sucks. I'm not in his head, but I would be like, damn it, if that happened to me. In hindsight, I'm not positive why I didn't claim Bran. Maybe I'm just worried about events, but winter is coming is a real pain, but oh, and he's done, so he just decides to pass it off to me. So I get that intrigue, get him one card less. I mean, I'm getting free intrigue each turn. That's what I love about Stark. I love facing Stark so much. So amazing. Getting to just face somebody who's just he's not even gonna try and block it. It's just awesome to me. And then I think I do a power, or I'm gonna feel really stupid here, but I think this is the time this is when I try and bait out the military. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I did. I wanted to see if I could get both through. I wasn't gonna get unopposed in either, so I'm like, hey, let's see if he does. Let's see if he does. Let's see if he kneels for that military challenge. That'll be nice if he does, and he did. So that was a nice surprise, because now he can defend with Bran, but I'll still get the power from it, which is what I wanted. I wanted the power icon. I did the military. I was risking it, because like I said, I think that I just wanted him to kneel a guy to defend it. I wanted to see if he would fall for that trick, because it is a trick. I don't care about military. I mean, look at his board. I didn't care if I killed a Winterfell steward. I don't know why he defended, but he did, which was nice. So I was able to get both challenges and both claims. And that's just something, if newer players are watching, just keep in mind, when you have a bunch of guys, like if you have a little wolf, and a little Winterfell steward, and this, and all these other little things, most decks, unless they have unless they're Greyjoy, for example, if they're doing a military challenge for a power challenge, they want you to defend that military challenge, because they want to get down your power icons, like I did to him. So just keep an eye out for that. Don't fall for it. There we go. And then I confiscate. Still have my icon spread. If he does a military challenge, I kill Benjen, take 2 power. I almost pressed restart. That would have been so annoying. I remember thinking like, oh, thank God. I almost pressed restart. So, here we go, turn 5. I'm at 12 power. I have plenty of cards in hand. I'm feeling good. I have a milk for Arya. He plays Summer. I forget what he gets out. Probably a Tumblestone Knight. Not a bad play, by any means. Yeah, he gets a Tumblestone Knight, so not something I care about, but it probably meant something to him to have more characters out. I mean, I could Wildfire if I wanted to that turn, because I didn't have anyone that would die from it, but I really want to save my Wildfire for when I can kill Benjen and get that 2 power, so I held up on it because as it stands right now, I don't really care what he does. It doesn't affect me. So if he wants to get more characters out, I'm not really worried about it, because there's nothing he can do. Even if he has to put to the sword, whatever have you, he's not doing much to me as long as I have Bran out. So he's getting 1 claim. And then he plays out Ice on the Vanguard, but I remind him that the Vanguard has no attachments. So this is kind of funny. When I was playing this game, I was like, put on a Tumblestone Knight, put on the Tumblestone Knight, please, for your sake, put it on the Tumblestone Knight. And he does, and he puts it on Arya, and I'm holding a milk, which means I'm going to drop her military icon. and I felt really bad about it because I just told him you can't put it on the Vanguard, and then he puts it on Arya, and I'm about to milk her. So I felt kind of bad. Not gonna lie, it was kind of. I was like, man, I should tell him. But I think I do. I think I do end up saying, like, I feel really bad about this. Do you want to move it to your guy? Yeah, so I milk her, and then I type out, I feel kind of shitty doing that. So you can move the ice to Tumblestone Knight if you want. Like I said, I think that he was new, just based on the plays I was seeing him do, like defend that military challenge of the Tumblestone Knight, etc., etc. I think he was a little new to the game, so I let him move it, and he does. For future reference, everybody, I would not put ice on Arya before your opponent's turn, just because of milk. It can remove a military icon from your character. So, not everyone's gonna let you take it back, but if you have a Tumblestone Knight, put it on Tumblestone Knight. Because anything that can happen to Arya can happen to a Tumblestone Knight, except a Tumblestone Knight cannot have his military icon stripped as easily as Arya. So, if you have a Tumblestone Knight and Arya on the table, you can attack with Arya still, but put the ice on Tumblestone Knight, because he can carry it regardless of milk on him. I know that sounds like a niche situation, but it happens more often than you'd think. So, I play. I decided playing on Littlefinger, and then I put the dupe that I drew from Littlefinger onto Benjen. I don't make a habit. He tries to eat a 2-strength guy with Grey Wind. I remind him he's 2 with the wall. And I say, you can eat Bran, though, if you'd like. Again, like I said, I think he was new. I was just giving him some options. I don't think he ends up doing that, though. Which tells me that he doesn't have any events in his hand. Because if he had some events in his hand, he'd be eating Bran. But, so I don't have to worry about it for the North or whatever. So he has ice. I don't want to deal with that, so I put the dupe on Benjen. I typically would not dupe Benjen just because I want Benjen to die. And if he dies, if I'm holding a second copy of him, I want to play the second copy the next turn so I can let him die again. But in this scenario, I want to make sure that I have claims, because he's going to ice. He's probably going to ice Littlefinger. I just want to make sure he can't ice. He can't ice Littlefinger, and then I have to claim. I guess it didn't matter, but I think you understand. I was being cautious. I was at 12 power. I didn't really need to play him a second time, so. He goes with the heavy military. And obviously he makes it through. He overcommitted like crazy. I only had 7 up. He could have gotten it. Well, no. Because he wanted the ice in. Well, no. He could have done Tumblestone and Vanguard. Because that would be 8 strength to my, at most, 7. So my claim was the Benjen dupe. And he killed Littlefinger with ice, like you would expect him to. And then with Intimidate, he kneels my Intrigue icon, so I can't get a free Intrigue on him. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. But he did it just to be safe. He's thinking. He's doing a power challenge. He's trying to get me to kneel Benjen. It really doesn't matter, honestly. I could defend it, I could not defend it. I think I end up at the same power regardless, but I end up defending it. just because I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with him taking my power, especially since he has calm over Westeros out that turn. So I wasn't gonna be able to get unopposed. And then he says GG because I'm gonna get the wall and Iron Throw. Now we're talking. I commented him because the first 2 turns I really was nervous. I was down to 2 characters. I was like, man, if he keeps this up, I'm in trouble. But I was able to pull it out, get up to